my ankles. My head was a fireball of pain, and my lungs burned with such agony I thought they'd explode as I struggled desperately to get free. Suddenly, I became aware that the pain had gone, and I was set apart, like a mildly curious bystander, watching the entire scene. Some of the kids dived from the float, managing together to tear through the vines and release my body. They laid it face down on the float, and Andy, who had worked most summers as a lifeguard, grabbed my waist, hoisting me to let the water run from my open mouth. He quickly rolled me onto my back, placed his mouth over mine, and began to puff bursts of air into my lungs. I moved closer, not wanting to look at this body I had left behind, yet at the same time not wanting to leave. I knew I had died, and it puzzled me that the others didn't know this too. I laid a hand on Andy's shoulder, even though I knew he couldn't feel it. Poor Andy. Don't try. It's too late, I said, but of course he couldn't hear me. Marcy wailed and struck at Kent with both fists. You idiot! You stupid jerk! Kent kept sobbing. I didn't know Sarah was under me when I jumped. Honest, I didn't know. I wanted to tell him that I didn't blame him. But I began to dream of lights and voices, and when my dream ended, I was in a hospital bed, amazed to see my mother and father bending over me. I'm still here, I whispered, bewildered by the direction my dream had taken. My parents hugged me and began to cry. Later, I held Andy tightly and said, You saved my life. But I wasn't telling him the truth. Of course I was alive. I was here, with my family and my friends, as I'd always been. But at the same time, I felt as though a part of me still inhabited another shadowy world. I knew this because of the spirit. I don't know exactly what to call it. A spirit, a presence, a wraith. It was invisible. It was soundless. Yet I knew it was there, shadowing me in a quiet, almost gentle way. At first, I was frightened. Did you ever have the feeling that you were being watched and turn around quickly and find someone staring at you? Well, I'd turn, but no one would be there. Yet I'd still have the creepy feeling that someone was present, someone whose eyes were still upon me. I'd even reached out, trying to touch whatever might be there. Who are you? I'd whispered into the silence, but no one answered. I didn't tell Mom or Dad about the presence. What could I say that wouldn't sound ridiculous and wouldn't cause Mom to worry about me? Besides, I began to get used to my invisible shadow. I don't remember exactly when or why I stopped being afraid. Maybe when it occurred to me that this presence was like someone standing protectively by my side, someone who cared about me. That's when I made a terrible mistake. Marcy, Andy, Kent, all of us, were at Marcy's house one evening, and Kent began telling one of those weird murderer with an iron claw stories that's always supposed to have happened to a friend of a friend. Andy topped Kent's story with a gruesome ghost story, and we were laughing and acting so crazy that I suddenly said, I'll tell you something that's really true. Listen to what's been happening to me. Like a fool, I blurted out the whole story about the spirit who shadowed me. Nobody laughed. When I finished, their glances slid away. It was easy to see what they were thinking. Sarah's weird. She's strange. My face flushed hotly, and I wondered if it was possible to die from embarrassment. Why had I been so stupid as to tell them? To make everything even worse, I felt as though I'd somehow betrayed the invisible spirit. Marcy finally broke the silence by saying, Sarah, something's wrong. It's creepy. Have you told your parents what you told us? No, I said. I tried to laugh but couldn't make it. And I wish now I hadn't told you. A little frown dipped between Marcy's eyebrows as she said, I really think you should tell your parents. I did, hoping, I guess, that I'd get reassurance from Mom, but it didn't happen that way. Mom immediately took me to Dr. Clark, our family.